There, I should be on now.
Hello.
Check one. Hello? There we go. Just point it more towards you there. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hello, Alan and Rainia and Tommy and Sunshine. Hello. How's everyone doing today? We're just getting started here. And yeah, I think part of the sound problem that we've been having where there's like a doubling in here.
Yeah.
It's whenever whenever I click enable PC audio, it doubles it.
Because we're hearing the PC audio
On top of the PC audio.
On top of the PC
I don't know why
audio,
it's asking to enable it. Because
we should already be able to.
right, I've been testing it with my students, and they say they can hear it before I click the enable, so it's already on.
Right.
So I think it's doubling it.
Yeah.
And it's going through the loop, so it's delayed by a little bit.
Right. That makes sense.
So that I just need to try to remember whenever I share, when it says enable, to try to click no and see if that makes it better.
Yeah.
We should do an experiment today and see. Hello, hello, hello.
Hey.
We are here. We are ready to talk. If you want to send us some messages or ask us some questions. Hello, my name is Teacher Mark, if you don't know me, and this is Teacher Clay.
Hey.
We are both actual teachers. So, or he's a teacher in training,
Yes.
but he's more qualified than most.
Hello, Gila, over on YouTube.
Hello, Gila. She came to my stream yesterday with her brother. It was nice to see her.
Cool.
To say happy birthday.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good. How are you, Gila? And you are welcome to come chat with us as well. It would be best if you have a question. If you have a question or a topic, I should say. If you want to come on stage, it would be best if you have a question or a topic. If you just come on stage and you don't have anything to talk about, then it's a little awkward.
Yeah.
But if you have a question or a topic you want to ask about, then we can chat. Okay? And if you have any English questions, then you can ask them as well. All right? Hello, Marjan.
Hello, Prince. Hello.
What do you do? Well, you're looking at it. My job is being an English teacher. So I teach English online. I had a couple of students this morning before I did my stream here. And so I do live streams and online teaching privately. And I also used to teach English in Taiwan. And Clay, you want to tell them what you
Yeah,
do or what
right-
you're about?
Yeah, right now I'm in school, but I've been learning to teach from Mark here, and that's what I'm planning to be doing in the future. Right now I'm working just at a pharmacy and going to school and doing these live streams, but in the future I'd be a full-fledged teacher as well.
Okay. Hello, Zoe. How to learn English more effectively in a short time. Tyler, there is no end to learning any language, so it's a little weird to talk about learning it in a short time as though there's an ending, right? There is no ending. But if you want to learn more effectively so that you can be more
Understand
more understandable.
quickly.
Yeah, right. If you want to use your English better, more effectively in a short time, then the first thing you need to do, Tyler, is you need to understand that there are 8 parts of language, right? So there's reading, writing, listening, speaking, grammar. I'm sorry, reading, writing, listening, speaking, thinking, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation. Let me say those again. Reading, writing, listening, speaking, thinking, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, right? So you need to think about all 8 of those things and figure out a plan to develop all of those. If you have a plan for all of those, then it will be effective and you'll learn, I'll say you'll be able to use the language better in a shorter period of time. But again, there is no end to language learning, so just remember that. No, Jenny, we're not waiting. We're ready to go, so you guys can talk to us and ask us whatever, whenever. What do I think is the best way to increase knowledge? Every way you possibly can. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thing about knowledge is your brain doesn't really care how you get knowledge. It just cares that you get knowledge.
Yeah. And we were talking about earlier before we came on here how reading is really, if you're gonna choose, well, I think reading is maybe not that any way is the best because everyone is different and everyone's learning ability will be different. But
reading is still the highest form of technology that we have. It's even more. I mean, think about it. Quantum computers are amazing. But books, Plato wrote his stuff what year, and we're reading it now, and it's as though we know what he thought then.
Yeah,
that's like time travel.
All the technology is based on reading.
Right, that's right.
If it can't read, then it can't function.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So read. But again, I think
find other ways as well.
That's right. Yeah, knowledge is best when you have as many ways to input as possible.
Yeah.
Right. So apps and videos and live streams and voice rooms and YouTube and podcasts and books and teachers and friends and tutors and family. Every possible way of getting knowledge is good.
Nature, even.
That's right. Yeah.
Silent walk in the woods. Sometimes.
That's right.
Learn a lot.
Yeah. Hello, Tanya. Good morning. Yeah, we don't have many people showing up yet. Rania, you're stuck in the intermediate level. How should you, or what should you do? What should you do, Rania? When people are stuck in one level, I usually suggest two things that you can do to try to get over that. One problem that people have when they're learning is they always focus on their strengths, right? So they focus on the things that they're already good at because it feels good, right? When we're learning things, if you do things that you can do, you feel good about it. When you try to do things that are difficult, you feel bad about it. So we stay away from the things that are really difficult, right? If you're learning math, you do the easy problems because you feel like, 2 + 2 is 4. Yay, I can do that so easily, right? But then you have, calculus, and now it's like, I don't know if I want to do that, But the truth is, if you don't focus on your weaknesses, then you're not really going to improve. So that's step one, is figure out what are your weaknesses with the language and then figure out how you can target those weaknesses. That will get you to another level. Okay.
I think that's like math in some ways too, building on, you build on your learning like anything else.
Yeah,
but
yeah. And then the other thing about learning, when you get stuck learning, is because you're stuck because you're doing it the same way over and over and over again, right? So you have one book about English and you've been learning with that one book for a year, and now you're bored and frustrated because you have one book. So get another book and another book and another book, and get an app and get a video and a YouTube channel, and get as many ways to input information as you can, not just one. So those are my 2 tips is 1, target your weaknesses, and 2, make sure you have a multitude of ways of learning to make sure that you are always attacking every possible angle of growth. Okay? Hello, Hema. Hello, Murad. Hello, Leah. Bonjour. So once again, my name is Teacher Mark. This is Teacher Clay.
Hello.
We are teachers. He's a teacher in training. I am an English teacher with at least 10 years of experience in English. When was that? Well, no, 15 years of experience with English.
The last 5 have gone by pretty quick.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Last 4 anyway.
So if you have questions, then you can ask us your questions, whatever questions you have. Let's get Lucia up here first. Raise your hand if you want to come talk to us. Hello, Lucia. How are you?
Hello.
How are you?
My day is going pretty good. How are you?
I'm pretty good as well. So you're in China. In what city? Are you in Beijing or where?
I live in Qingdao, and
Qingdao?
I'm also native here. Yes.
Okay. All right.
That's where the beer is from, is that right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Pijo.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, Lucia, what can we do for you today? Do you have a question for us or something we can help you with?
Yeah. I've been learning English over 20 years. Like we started to learn English at a very young age in China. For me, I started to learn English at like 4th grade at elementary school, but I'm still not able to communicate with my clients fluently. So I really want to improve my speaking English. I work as a salesperson for foreign trade, so I have to use English to talk to my clients via WeChat or email. But basically, we rarely chat with each other via phone. Via voice messages. So I don't have any opportunities to practice my spoken English. I also want to improve I also want to improve some knowledge of business English.
Okay. All right. Well, let's start with, you use English at work for your job, and you're in trading, international trading. What do you trade? Do you trade?
We export firefighting products and raw materials like Nomex, Aramid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. The first thing I tell people, if they're using English at work, if you're using English at work and you're using it for video calls or audio calls, you should always try to get permission to record the calls. Because if you can record the calls, then later you can listen to them again and again and again to practice listening to your clients. Like, you're not listening to just somebody, you're listening to the people you need to listen to. Understand? So if you can, get permission to record. There are two good reasons to get recordings. One is because you can practice listening to their voice over and over again so that you can get better understanding them. Two is because English is not your first language, so there is a possibility there could be a miscommunication that's a problem for business. If you have a recording, now you can make sure if there is a miscommunication, you can find out what happened, right? So there are two good reasons to record your calls for that. And business English, if you want to learn business English, there are many, many online courses to study business English, and that is the best way. Because business English, there's one thing that's very important about business English. If you buy a book to learn business English, next year that book is not useful anymore. Business English changes a lot, right? So it has to stay current. So that's why for business English, if you want to learn business English, the best way to do it is with one of the online courses. And there are probably 100 of them now. And you can just sign up for these courses and they will teach you business English. Now, I also think that in your industry, every industry has its own terminology and lingo. Terminology means vocabulary for that industry, and lingo means special words that are only used in that industry, right? So that would be something that you should do some studying on your own. You can do some online searches for trade industry vocabulary, or you have to be a little creative and try to do some searching to find vocabulary words in your industry so that you can learn, right? And you can also try to find some videos online, on YouTube maybe, of people in your industry talking about your industry so that you can hear how they speak about the industry, okay? Now, the first thing you said was just that you've been learning for a long time and you still don't feel like you can speak fluently with your clients, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you sound pretty good to me, to be honest with you. I think you're doing better than you think, so that's good. But Lucia, if you live in China, then you don't have too many opportunities to practice English speaking every day. Not too many. But you can practice English thinking every day. And the more comfortable you get with thinking in English, the more comfortable you will be with speaking English. So I have to do the same thing living here, Lucia. I speak Chinese, but I can't practice Chinese very often here either. But I just practice my Chinese by thinking in Chinese all day. Whatever I have to do, I just try to do it while I'm thinking in Chinese. Understand?
Yeah, exactly.
And that develops a really big, strong sense of comfortability with the language. And when you feel very comfortable with the language in your mind, then you can speak very comfortably with your mouth.
Yes.
Understand?
It's really a good way.
Yeah, it's really important. It's really funny, Lucia, that when you learn languages, they always tell us that there are 4 parts of language: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. But all of those require thinking.
Yeah.
Right? But the problem that many people have is that they do reading, writing, listening, and speaking. But when they think, they're still always thinking in their native language only. So that means that every time they need to read, they need to translate. Every time they need to write, they need to translate. Every time they need to speak, they need to translate. Every time they need to listen, they need to translate. But if you learn how to think in English, then there is no... You don't need to add the extra step of having to translate everything. You just understand in that language. Okay?
Yes.
So that's not an easy thing to do, but if you go follow my YouTube channel, there are a bunch of videos there that will help you to learn how to think in English. And that's kind of the secret of my technique for language learning is I focus on the fact that language begins in the mind. So you have to find a way to train yourself to think in English so that you become more comfortable using English.
Okay. How can I add your YouTube ID?
Let me give it to you right here. Hold on.
Okay.
Right there. Okay, there's one video there that's a 5-minute video that's just called How to Think in English. If you can watch that one, that'll help you to learn. There are 4 steps that I give for learning how to think in English. Let me explain to everybody what I mean a little bit. My idea about language learning is that every time you learn a new language, it's kind of like you have a new mind. Okay? And that mind is a baby. When you first have it, it's a baby. It can only think in baby thoughts, right? So if you learn German and you don't know any German, then when you try to think in German, you only can say things like hello, like Guten Tag, or good night, Guten Abend, or, how are you? Wie geht's, right? Right, yeah.
That was the only thing.
Right, yeah. So it means every time you learn a new language, you have a new baby mind, and you have to train it like a baby. So I teach that there are 4 steps to learning how to think in English. Baby English, which means simple thoughts like how do you feel, what do you want, what do you like, what do you need? Those are easy thoughts, right? I feel happy, I feel tired, I feel hungry, I feel sad, right? That's easy. I want this, I don't want that. I like this, I don't like that. I need this, I don't need that. That's easy. Anybody can do that in any language, right? So start with baby thoughts. That's step 1. Step 2 is elementary level English. And when you're an elementary school kid, you ask a lot of questions. What's that? Where are we going? When? Why? Who? What? Where? So that's step 2. Step 2 is ask a lot of questions and try to answer them using English. So what is that called? Oh, I don't know. Let me try to think about it and use English. When does this store open? Oh, I don't know. Let me try to answer it using English. Where are we going? Oh, I don't know. Let me try to answer it using English, right? So that's step 2 is elementary level English. Ask a lot of questions. Who, what, when, where, why, right? Step 3 is what I call high school level English or identity English. And this is when you're able to talk about yourself pretty well, right? So you can talk about your family, your friends, your hobbies, your interests, your job, your goals, your dreams, your routine, your past, your present, right? So those are what I call simple topics, right? So can you tell me about your family? Can you think about your family in English? Can you think about them clearly? Can you think about your friends in English? Can you think about your hobbies in English, right? That's step 3. And then finally, step 4 is adult college level English. And that's more difficult. That's a pretty difficult level. You're now talking about things like economics and religion and politics and philosophy. Those are difficult topics to talk about in any language, right? So I break it down into 4 parts: baby English, elementary level English, high school level English, and adult level English. And you have to imagine that your brain, if you use your English mind, it will grow. It will start to grow up and mature. If you don't use your English mind, then you will always have a baby English mind. Understand?
Yes.
Okay? So start with simple English thoughts. Just, I want, I need, I like, I feel. Okay?
Okay. That's really appreciated. Thank
No
you
problem.
very much.
You're welcome. Anything else we can help you with today, Lucia?
That's okay.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you. And remember, record it at work if you can. Record your, voice calls or audio calls or video calls. Get permission, but record them. And so that you can practice then. Listen to more videos about your industry. search for more vocabulary that's from your industry, and then practice thinking. Learn how to develop your English mind more. That's the secret to comfortability in any language. Okay?
Yes, thank you. It's really a great way.
I appreciate that. Thank you for coming, and come back and see me again sometime. Okay, Lucia?
Okay, okay.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
Care. Bye bye.
All right. Well, that was a good start.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I wonder if the festival's having any effect on the.
Oh, you know what?
numbers.
Yeah, that's probably what it is,
Yeah.
huh? I didn't even think about that, but you're right. That's got to be what it is. Yeah, 26, 27. We usually have, about
Yeah.
100 people by now. Well, that's all right. Whatever. I did hit 74,000 followers the other day.
Nice.
So, yeah,
Congrats.
Closing in on 75,000.
Yeah, that's great.
And let's see, where are we with hosting numbers? 997.
Wow.
I've got 3 more live streams, and I'll hit 1,000 live streams.
Wow.
Yeah. For a total of, let's see, 104.
So
104,000 minutes.
Would that be next Wednesday? Would that be a week from today if we keep Friday?
Yeah, if we
Monday,
do
Wednesday?
that way, yeah.
I'll definitely be here.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
your 1,000th, I'll wear a party hat. And get some poppers.
Let's see, 104,000 minutes to hours. That's 1,733 minutes. Or, I'm sorry, 1,733 hours.
Wow. And how long is that in like just like let's go days. How many days total is that? That's a lot. Yeah, there it is. It's the top one. Oh.
72 days.
72 days straight. Yeah. That's
72
like
days.
2.5 months.
Of being in front of this camera. Yeah. Yeah, 1,000 live streams. So, Alessia, hello. The topic is English.
Yeah, whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, so
Well,
long
not
as it's
whatever.
not controversial.
Yeah,
yeah. If you want to ask about English or culture or whatever, we can talk about that kind of stuff. I like to talk about food. I like to talk about music. I am an English teacher, so I'm here to help people with their English questions if they have questions about English. Hello, Thai in Spanish from Rio.
Cool.
Thank you for joining.
Parabéns.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Yeah. So you're from Peru, but you're in Rio. So I'm imagining you speak probably both Spanish and Portuguese. All right. Well, there you go.
Cool. And some English.
Yeah, that's right.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Hello, Linda. Hello, John. Okay, raise your hand if you'd like to come up. Let's talk to Linda.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello, Linda. How are you? Nice to meet you as well.
Hi, I'm living in the China, Shenzhen.
You're in Shenzhen. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And what can I do for you today? What can we do for you today? How can we help you?
I I study English is the beginner, but is the English not bad.
Okay.
I talk about in the conversation.
Okay. All right. Well, you're doing pretty good right now. You can talk to me, so that's good. So, Linda, how do you study English? Do you have a book?
I study English in a new job.
At your new job, so they teach you classes?
New job is business English.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay. So you have to learn business English. What is your job?
Job is the.
你做什么工作?
I know. You say it's Chinese. 外贸.
外贸,就是 export 吗?
Yeah.
等一下. Is that export?
Export. Yeah, yeah.
I think it's export. Yeah. So okay. So do you have a teacher or do you have any classes that you take?
Class.
You have a class. Okay, good. All right. Well, Linda, you need to try to think about what are your goals with English? Why do you want to learn English? What do you want to do? What level do you want to be at? Why are you doing it, right? That's important first.
Yeah, I English is the beginner is the once a week, 2 months.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's okay. So, you need to make a plan. 你需要一个计划。
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a plan.
Yeah, you need a plan for studying English, right? So you need to plan how are you going to study reading? Do you have some reading for English? So let me give you a good website that will help you.
Yeah.
Go to this website, eslfast.com. eslfast.com. That website has about 3,000 short English stories. Okay?
Yeah.
And they have a recording too, so you can listen to a native speaker. Okay? So that website is very good for your reading practice. Okay? And writing practice, how do you practice writing?
Right.
Yeah, 练习写英文，你做什么？
我是做外贸
好。
，international。
可是，如果你要学英文，练习学英文，你做什么？没有
我是做外贸业务员，
外贸业务员。
You say it
等一下，外贸。
业务员。
Yeah, 我知道，就是 foreign trade。可是，现在我要说话跟你，你的英文学，等一下，英文练习学的计划。So, what is your what is your English learning plan? Your English learning plan. So, you need a plan for reading. You need a plan for writing. Right? So,
Yeah,
每
reading
天
and writing.
每天你需要学英文，每天你需要学英文，写简单的句子，you know.
The sentence or
Yeah,
the
对啊
paragraph.
sentence, 对啊 yeah, sentences, yeah. And then reading, writing, listening. So, 每天你需要听英文。Okay.
Yeah, sure.
ESL Fast is good for that. The website I gave you, you can practice your listening with ESL Fast. Okay. And then speaking. So you live in Shenzhen, 对不对?
Yeah.
Okay. So Shenzhen 有很多外国人，你可以 Yeah, you can. Yeah, you have to find them, but there are many foreigners in Shenzhen, so maybe you can try to find some.
Yeah, but it's the language is the 怎么说比较少。
好，OK， 可是加油，熟能生巧。Yeah, 你需要试试看。Yeah, if you want to get better, you have to try. Okay. Yeah. So, so reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Okay. 每天你需要做。
Forget is the vocabulary. Is the, what mean is Chinese is the word. A Chinese corporate.
Well, then you need a good dictionary. Do you have a good app? Chinese app for dictionary? Okay, so then you need to look up the words every day. Look up the new words. Yeah.
Yeah.
But try to use simple language first. Okay? 说简单的英文，第一次的，说简
Yeah,
单的。
it's the
Yeah.
English.
Yeah, easy English first. Okay? Yeah, so start with that. Okay?
But it's the company, it's the your English email.
Email. Okay.
Master.
Okay. So
Yeah.
for learning how to write English for business, you can use AI, ChatGPT, something like ChatGPT. You can use it will help you learn how to write good emails for business. So you can say, help me write an email for my company in English, and ChatGPT will help you do that. So you write.
I know it's the Google Chat is the English.
Right. Yeah, you can use just use AI. AI.
Yeah.
Use AI to help you with writing right now, okay? Yeah, AI can help you with your emails very easily. Okay?
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. And, 每天你需要练习写、练习说、练习听、练习用你的英文。
Is the English is the no, I don't know what to say. 说的比较少。
我知道，可是 if you start, then you can learn how to say more and more and more. Okay, so you have to try. Yeah, I know that
Yeah.
it's too small. Your ability to speak is too small. I know. But try and you'll learn more. Okay? If you never try, you never improve.
Yeah.
Okay? So try and you can do it. Okay?
Do you say teacher your lesson English or the reading English book?
Yes, reading books is good, but 我觉得这是一件困难。所以 ESLfast.com 这是简单的，这是
Yeah.
这是短的。It's very short, short stories 很短的。Yeah. Okay. So you don't have to worry. Book is so long. The books are so long that's very difficult. Yeah. Here, let me show you ESL Fast. 你可以看，等一下。
比较短的句子我能说，但是说很长。
我知道。所以这是 ESLfast.com and 你看这里啊有 English Level 1, Level 2, Level 3, Level 4. Okay, so let's try English Level 1. 这是很简单的，这是都是现在式的，都是。Okay, so all of these are in present tense. Present tense, easy. Okay, so let's try just this first one, morning. Okay.
Yeah.
He wakes up, he sees the sunrise, he brushes his teeth. His teeth are white. He puts on his
I don't
clothes.
know if it's sharing it or not.
Is it sharing? Yeah, no, I think it is. Oh, no, it's not. Look at that. 等一下. Oh, now you can see it. Thank you. I didn't catch that. Okay, can you read this?
Okay. He was up. He said it's sunrise. He brushed. I don't know what.
Brushes his teeth. 这是刷牙。
刷牙.
Yeah, 刷牙. Yeah.
Brush his teeth. His teeth are white.
White.
He put on his clothes.
His clothes. Yeah. 穿衣服.
His shirt is blue. His shoes are yellow.
对.
His
pants are brown. Pants
Pants
就是
are
裤子.
brown.
裤子.
Brown. He got.
He goes. Downstairs. 落下.
Downstairs.
Yeah. Okay, next.
Downstairs. he get a boat.
拿一碗. Mm-hmm.
He put
He pours. He pours milk
he puts milk in cockroach
and cereal. He pours milk and cereal. Cereal 就是麦片.
He
Yeah.
puts milk and cereals. He eats. He get his newspaper.
对啊。
He's read.
Okay, good. That's it.
No, it's the frequent sentence.
That's okay. 这是简单的. That's okay. You did very well. And look, you can listen to it also.
He wakes up. He sees the sunrise. He brushes his teeth.
Okay, so you can listen to it here also. And then at the bottom, look, they have this vocabulary. So you can click on a word. If you don't know bowl, then click on it and look, it shows, oh, that's a bowl. Okay? And here, if you do this one, close, so at the bottom of the page, they have this exercise here.
Rose.
Yeah, look at this one. He wakes up, he sees the sun rise. He brushes his teeth. His teeth are
Teach.
白色的. White.
Right.
White. Yeah. He puts on his clothes. His shirt is
It's
blue.
brown.
Yeah,
Brown.
right? So see, this is a good exercise, right? And then this one, if you go here, they have this one here too, sentences. So you click on this one, and now you have to tell which one is first, second, third, or fourth, right? 第一次, 第二次, 第三次, right? So he 这是第一次的. He brushes his teeth.
Teach.
And then you click check, and it says, oh, look, 100%. He brushes his teeth. Okay?
Right.
Okay, so that's all on this website here. Okay, that's all on ESL Fast. Okay, and they have more too. There's this another exercise over here. All right, so this website is very, very good for practicing your English reading and listening and vocabulary. Okay. Okay, Linda.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
English is very fast, but no, is very slowly.
Yeah,
reading.
it's easy. Yeah. They have many easy things to read and short. Yeah, 很简单的,很短的. Okay.
读得很快，我就觉得好像比较慢，然后读不流利。
没关系啊，你可以说慢一点，没关系，你可以学慢一点，没关系啊。It's okay. Yeah.
像我初学者要学很多，因为我英语不是很懂很多。
我知道，加油，你可以啊。如果你每天做这个，我觉得你可以啊。
我还是要经常读了才能读连贯一点，要不然我就说的不够流利。我也还要把它翻译成中文，然后我再来翻译成中文，我再读。
Okay, 没关系. I think if you try this, then you'll be okay. All right. So ESL Fast, and somebody asked if this website works in China, and I think it does. Actually, I think this website was made by a Chinese teacher.
Oh.
It's a Chinese guy who teaches English. I'm pretty sure he's the guy who made this website. Yeah. So it's great. I love this website. So, all right. Well, Linda, thank you very much for coming on my stage. And 加油.
Jiao.
Okay. Yeah. 小能上桥. Okay. I'll see you next time. Okay. Okay. Bye-bye. All right.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Hello, Ahmad, over in YouTube. Thank you for the gifts, everyone. Why is Clay just sitting here quietly?
Because Mark has more. Those were pretty, pointed questions that Mark has a lot of good responses and ready stuff to go. And that's a lot of what I'm learning from now. So when I'm just sitting there silently, I'm really just listening to try to gauge a lot and learn on my own as well.
Yeah.
The answers to that. And those are really great, effective answers that I don't really have anything to add to. So I just, sat back and listened.
Yeah, so Clay is a teacher in training, right? So he doesn't have a lot of experience yet. So when he comes here to do my live streams with me, he gets to hear my answers. He gets to see how I teach, and that helps him to learn how to teach for himself. That helps him develop his own teaching style, right? And I do try to, I do, if you have something to add, then of course.
Exactly. You never quiet me down or anything like
right,
that. I'm
yeah.
always, just, especially those last two, it was a lot of, questions that you already have a lot of experience answering.
That's right. Yeah.
And
so I've been doing these live streams for about 2.5 years, and Clay started working with me together
2 months ago.
2 months ago,
Yeah.
about maybe 2 months ago, right? So I've been answering questions for 1,000 live streams. Okay, so I have the answers ready to go usually, right? He's still learning, and he just wants to hear my answers, really. So consider him an apprentice.
Yes.
The word is the apprentice, which means somebody who's learning from somebody else, right? Somebody who's learning from an expert or somebody who's more experienced than they are. Okay? And yes, he's my friend. Hello, Anvar. Hello, Richard. Hello, Arya. Or Ira, sorry, Ira. Clay is a very good listener.
thank you.
Okay, who's next? Lulu is next. Hello, Lulu.
Hello. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, ¿cómo estás? What are you speaking Spanish to me now? Muy bien, muy bien. ¿Y tú?
Sorry.
That's okay.
I do the,
Hola, niño.
I do the
How are you?
Okay,
Huh?
right. Good. You
Look.
hold it. Oh.
This
What is that?
wand.
A wand. You have a magic wand. And what are you going to do with that?
Look here.
This is Ryan, my student. A
it's his
beginner's
wand
guide
chart.
to wand. Wand what? What does it say? A beginner's guide to wand motions. Oh,
Motions, yeah.
interesting. Wow, that's cool. Is that Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I see. So you have to know the proper motion to use the magic. I see. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Ryan, this is Teacher Clay. You can say hello to Teacher Clay.
Hello.
Hello, Ryan.
Great.
Hello, teacher.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing? It's late. In China, it's 10 p.m., right?
Just reading.
It's-
Just finished the reading.
You were just reading? What were you reading together?
Yeah. No, I just tidied up.
Oh, okay. So he was reading and you were tidying up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. And Ryan, tell me about your day. What did you do today?
I go to school.
I went to school.
I went to school.
Uh-huh. And
I go to
I went to
school. I forgot the phonics class. I go to the house.
Oh
I
no.
have
So you went to school, but you forgot your phonics class, so you went to your house?
I went to my house and missed my housemaster tell me Ryan,
do you was in the fountain? I said yes, and but my housemaster said, oh, you only have 1 minute to practice. And I said,
Oh,
I need
no.
to run. I go fast the fountain, but
But it
when
was
I
too
done-
late.
When I just didn't arrive at fountain, everybody just come out.
Oh no! So the class was already finished.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's too bad. Yeah, so you were a little bit late, a little too late. Yeah. So remember, Ryan. Remember, Ryan, when we talk about the past, if you're talking about earlier today or yesterday, then you have to say, "I went," not "I go," right? Yeah, go 就是现在式的，went 就是过去式的 right? So I went to class, I went to school, right? Okay. What did you eat for lunch? Yeah, I see. What did you do? Did you fall down?
Yeah.
Oh, ouch. That hurts. 有痛吗?
Like it, yeah. It's like this is a sit, and this was sit.
Mm-hmm.
I just like mama. Like my mom's hand is a sit, and this is a sit, and I just like this is my feet. I just like this.
Uh-huh. Oh, you tripped. You
Ah.
tripped. You can say, I tripped.
You're not just standing on and I fall down.
Ah,
It's the-
you tripped and fell down. Yeah, you tripped and fell down. Yeah. When you do that, you can say, I tripped over something. I tripped over my shoe. I tripped over my book. I tripped over my mom. Okay? I hope you're okay. Are you okay?
It's so hurt. It's still hurting now.
Ouch. Ouch. Maybe you were in a fight with the real steel boxer.
This week I will go to the drum. I will do the drum.
You gonna go to drum
On
class?
stage. I will go. What? This weekend I will go on stage to do my drum.
Oh, cool. He plays drums
Yeah,
too.
very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Maybe your mom can take a video so I can see. I would like to see that.
My dad.
Like the Ryan,
Mhm.
you know, learn the drum like the center, have
Mhm.
an activity, 岭南天地,
Okay.
佛山,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
That's cool.
So,
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, I would like Ryan maybe can like the practice, and I think maybe she need to guard some.
Yeah.
Oh, he sorry. He need to guard a brave like
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
people on the like downstairs to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
To watch.
Ryan, do you know why did your mom say she when she meant he?
I know.
为什么？
always
你知道为什么吗？就是因为中文 he 就是他 she 就是他 it 就是他他都是他可是英文不一样 he she it 对不对 Yeah so
yeah. I always, like you know.
Many,
always,
many
like,
Chinese people 就是很多中国人他们做这个
Many Chinese.
yeah they
Yeah.
all say that same mistake yeah that's okay that's all right but it's good because you have Ryan he can correct you yeah that's good for you
he always correct.
that's good that's good teaching is a really good way to practice so you can teach your mom and then both of you can learn and both of you can practice together that's great yeah good for you I like your wand I'm so jealous of your wand but you know what I'm going to show you something I have something too are you ready I'm going to go get my thing you have a wand let me show you what I have
I think I know what's coming. I think I know what's coming here. Yeah.
Nice. Why you?
Oops sorry
Sorry.
Oh,
these are real swords. Look.
Real.
Yeah, Jishijenda. Yeah, really. Yeah.
Cute people.
Well, it's not sharp. It's not sharp. It's not sharp. So it's okay. It's just for practice. It's like your wand. It's just for practice, so I can practice. Pretty cool, huh? Okay.
Maybe in the future, maybe you can like
This-
make some
this one.
drum group,
This
and you know the kids all right to
Sure.
Angel and wait.
Wait, this one is Expectra Patrono.
Oh, I see. I see.
That one's tough.
Expecto something. Okay.
And look, the strongest one.
Oh. Avada Kedara, something like that. Yeah. Oh, I killed him. I killed him. I said it and he died.
And that,
Over.
Ah, see, it's really good practice for.
Wow.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, that's a good idea for practicing
fantasy
phonics.
words?
Yeah,
Yeah,
making up magic words to
Yeah.
practice. Ooh, that's a good idea. I'm gonna have to think about that and create a new exercise for that.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Okay, you just gave me a great idea for teaching, Ryan.
Yeah, really like read and listen the Harry Potter.
That's great. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, Harry Potter's pretty good level. That's a good level of reading.
Yeah.
If you can read Harry Potter, you're reading at a good level.
I read it before.
That's great.
Just a bit.
Lika.
I see. I see. Yeah, that's really good, Ryan. That's excellent. That's awesome.
And English and the Chinese the language.
Oh, it has
This
both?
book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Oh, that's
Wow.
great. Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Wow, I wish I had that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay, well, cool. Well, I like your wand, Ryan, but be careful. Don't turn anybody into a rabbit.
Yeah.
You could
I don't have the.
So
I know.
today
you could accidentally say the wrong word and turn somebody into a frog.
No, if you are a big seed, you can't turn it into a small seed. You only can turn it
Oh.
into that same type of shoe.
Oh, okay. Well, don't turn anybody into an elephant. All right. Well, Ryan, you and your mom have a good rest of your evening, and I'll see you at your next lesson, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
Maybe next time.
Okay.
We are joining your
Another one over the living room.
Okay. All right. Well, you can show me next time, okay?
And a wall can shoot the fire.
Okay. All right. Well, we can talk about it next time in your lesson, okay?
Okay.
All right. One on.
Bye-bye.
I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
And
See you next time.
Bye.
That was fun.
that was fun.
Yeah. So like I said, Ryan's one of the kinds of kids. He likes English. He's
Yeah,
reading
he's
Harry
good
Potter.
at it. Yeah.
He can speak. He's his mind, and he's correcting his mom. That's the level of kid I love to teach. Yeah. So anyway, well, that's good that you got to meet him. Yeah. So that's what I was saying. You could join in on our
Right.
meetings,
Audit kind of
just
thing, yeah.
just see what we do. Okay, so 10:19. Okay, we're doing okay.
Yeah.
We're doing all right. All right, let's talk to Hajira. Hajira, do you want to come talk to me? To us? Hello, Hajira.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hello.
I'm good too.
Good. So you're in Pakistan. Are you in Lahore or Karachi or Islamabad or where?
Okay. So I'm from Karachi, Pakistan.
Okay. Welcome.
I waited for so long.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Like you
sorry.
guys.
Sometimes there's a long line of people wanting to talk to us, so sometimes you have to be a little bit patient. But what can we do for you today? How can we help you?
Like I'm learning learning English since maybe some year, but I'm not regular learner. Like it's totally depend on like my mood. Sometimes I use AlloTalk since 1 year. I'm using this application, and it's good. I practice and I boost my confidence level here. Like I talk to everyone. Like mostly I'm housewife, so like in this time there is no anyone in my house. I practice and I share my things to anyone. So, but I learn grammar. Many times I practice grammar, but if I speak, whenever I speak, I forgot the tenses. I forgot where I put past form, where I put second form. Like totally, I forgot each and every rule of grammar. So
Well, Hajira, you sound pretty good, really. Your English sounds really pretty good.
Yeah.
So I think you're doing better than you think. So that's good. Grammar is something that's a little hard to remember sometimes. When we're speaking, especially, because when we're speaking, it happens too quickly. So we often don't have time to really think about it, and then we make mistakes with grammar.
And we're trying to grasp the vocabulary
Right.
too, yeah, which makes us.
So, but the truth is, sometimes it's okay if your grammar's not perfect, okay? The truth is, if you're taking a test, like the IELTS test or the TOEFL test, then your grammar has to be perfect because you have to pass the test. But if you're just living your life and you're talking to people, maybe at work or your family or your friends, most of the time, even if you make some grammar mistakes, it doesn't matter. They're still going to understand you okay. Most grammar mistakes are not critical. Critical means very, very important, that they will, make a big difference, right? So don't worry too much about your grammar. But if you want to work on your grammar, one of the best ways to work on fixing your grammar when you speak is to fix your grammar when you write. Okay, so when you write, now you have time to look at your words and consider them and to figure out what is the right way to say this thing, right? And if you write enough, then it affects your speaking because you remember the mistakes that you corrected when you wrote, right? So I usually suggest that my students write a diary, right? Every day, get a notebook and write a diary about what did you do today? How do you feel? What did you experience? What did you think? What do you want? Your goals, your dreams, anything. A diary can be really almost anything that's on your mind, right? Anything on your mind, just put it down on the diary. And now, Hajira, you can use AI apps like ChatGPT or something like it to help you correct your grammar, right? So you can type in your AI journal, your diary, right? And ask it, please correct my grammar and tell me what I did wrong. And it will, okay? And then you can find the mistakes that you commonly make, all right? That's the most important thing is, in my experience, most people, when they speak English, 80% of their mistakes are just 3, 4, or 5 things, right? So that means that if you can find those 3, 4, or 5 common mistakes that you always make and fix those, that fixes 80% of your speaking. Okay, and then you just have a few small problems to work on. Okay? So writing, Hajira, writing is one of the best ways to practice your speaking to improve your grammar. Okay? Did we lose you, Hajira? Are you there?
Hello.
Hajira, can you hear me? Ah,
Oh no.
what happened? We've got green lights on everything.
Yeah.
Hajira, hello.
May I audible to you?
Oh, did you hear my
Teacher
answer?
Mar?
Yes. Did you hear my answer?
Yes.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
I
Good.
got it. I listened carefully, like what you said. I know for practicing is good. Like in which area you are weak. Like for in writing, I'm weak. But if I reach in speaking, I have lots of I'm interested in speaking practice. But if I reach in writing, I don't I have don't interest in writing.
Well, yeah, okay. But, Hajira, if you want to be good at something, then you have to be disciplined.
Yeah, and the writing lays out the grammar for
Right,
you.
yeah,
You know, it's like a grammar roadmap,
So-
as opposed to speaking.
Hajira, when you're learning,
Yeah.
you cannot be a student that only focuses on what you like. You just can't. Learning is always going to have some things that you like to do and some things that you don't like to do. But the truth is, the ones that you like to do, usually you like to do them because they're easier. Right? They come to you easily. You can speak because it's not so difficult, so you like to speak. But writing is not so easy. It takes more practice and time and focus and effort, so we don't like to do it. But Hajira, if you want to be good in English, then you have to be good at writing, you have to be good at reading, you have to be good at listening, you have to be good at speaking, you have to be good at thinking English, you have to be good at grammar, at vocabulary, and pronunciation. Those are 8 areas, 8 different areas that you have to be good at. You can't just focus on one. Okay? So,
And
Hajira,
mostly people and my friends said to me, your pronunciation is not good. You pronounce the word is not good.
your pronunciation is
yeah.
okay.
I think
Yeah.
I'm
Your pronunciation is okay. You have a Pakistani accent.
Yeah.
So what? But I can understand you
I can
clearly.
understand you clearly, too.
Yeah. So, Hajira, many non-native people, they criticize other people who are learning English, and they're too critical. So your friend tells you your pronunciation is not good. Well, guess what? I'm an English teacher. He's an English teacher. We're both natives, and we both understand you just fine. So your pronunciation is not a big deal. It's not a big problem. I have not heard one word yet that you said that I didn't understand.
Yeah.
So, do you sound like me? No, you don't sound like me. You have a Pakistani accent, but it's a clear Pakistani accent. So that's all it doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with having an accent.
That's right. So we like accents, and I don't think you need to sound like me to have good English. You need to be able to express your ideas well to have good English. Okay, so if you can express your ideas, then your English is good. I don't care what accent you have. Okay, so don't worry too much about your accent because we both understand your accent. So I would say, reading, writing, listening, speaking, thinking, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation. Pronunciation is the one that you should worry about the least. That's not that important. Focus on grammar. Focus on vocabulary.
That mean I understand this. Like I have, I have interest in speaking, but I have to equal all these portion in English language, like speaking, like vocab, like grammar,
That's right.
writing.
Yeah.
I have zero interest in writing and reading books.
Okay, but Hajira, if I asked you, can I learn Urdu without any reading or any writing, what would you say? You would probably tell me you can learn Urdu without reading or writing, but it won't be that easy. It'll take you longer.
Yeah.
Right? So the same thing is true with English. So I understand that you don't like writing that much, but find a way to make writing more interesting for you. Find something that you can write about that's interesting, right? Maybe if you have a friend that's also learning English, you both can write something for each other, right?
Yeah.
So you can write something about your day, she can write something about her day, and you can trade and read each other's writing, right? So try to find creative ways to make learning more interesting for you, okay? If something is not interesting to you, usually it's because you didn't try to make it interesting. That's the truth, okay? Math could be interesting. In most cases, I think math classes are usually boring, but they could be interesting.
Yeah.
They can be made to be interesting if you find ways to make them that way.
See how it
right?
applies. I feel
That's
like is
right.
the biggest thing to make something
That's
interesting
right.
is once you start making the connections, it becomes interesting on its own because of the connections that you're making.
So, and just remember, Hajira, that if you want to work on your speaking, then working on your reading, writing, and listening will help you with your speaking. If you want to work on your listening, then speaking, writing, and reading will help you with your listening. Okay? They're all connected. They're all connected. Hajira, it's kind of like your arms and legs. Do you need all of them? No, you can get through life with just one hand and you'll be okay, probably. But is it easier to live if you have two hands and 2 feet? Yes, it is. So here's reading, writing, listening, speaking. Okay, that's your limbs.
And then thinking.
Right, and thinking. That's exactly right.
Head.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect, right? It's just like your limbs. It's coordination, right? So I can do it with just 3 of them, but why? They all help each other. They all help each other, okay? So I know that you don't have any interest in it, but Hajira, if you want to learn something, then you better get interested. Okay? You better get interested if you want to learn something.
We lose her again?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. I hope she can hear us.
Yeah, well, at least last time she
Yeah.
Yeah, I
okay.
understand.
Okay, good.
I understand what you said.
Good.
So I have to build my interest in this area.
Be creative. Creativity is the secret of great learning. Okay? All great learning happens with creativity. If you're learning something and you don't like it and it's boring, you don't like it because it's not creative. If you find a creative way to learn it, then you like it now. So find a creative way to practice your writing so that you like it. Okay? Learn.
Teacher Mark, I totally understand. Like if I go to any institute, any classes, if I join any classes, but I am also there is no any teacher. Like there is no any English teacher.
I understand. You're teaching yourself. You're teaching yourself. I understand. But Hajira, I taught myself, or I should say, I am teaching myself Chinese. Okay? And the ideas that I'm giving you, the suggestions that I'm giving you now, are the suggestions that I made for myself as a self-learner of Chinese. So I'm telling you the same ideas that I use for myself to teach myself Chinese. I have a plan for reading. I have a plan for writing. I have a plan for listening. I have a plan for speaking. I have 8 different plans, and I work on all of them because I know they're important. They're all important. They're all connected. Okay? So these are not ideas that are only good for a classroom with a teacher. No. These are for self-study. These are self-study ideas. Okay?
Okay, yeah, got it. So it's like, for me, it's a new. I started writing also.
Yeah, you should.
Writing too.
Yeah. And if do it for 1 month.
Like I have to write 1 or 2 page. Like for basic, it's good. I start to 1 page, then 1 paragraph. Whatever.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Just start small. You don't have to write a book.
Just write a sentence.
Write a sentence. Write a paragraph. You know, write a short story. Write just a few paragraphs about your day. That's all. You don't have to write a book. You just have to write a little. Okay?
That mean in like I love to learn English, but there is something like I don't like in English, but I have to do because for living, just digestive system is not like not it's not enough. Like I have to study all system. Like
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, yeah. If you want to learn.
and good too.
That's right. If you want to learn how to do something, you have to learn. You have to learn it completely. You can't just learn part of it. Yeah. So, Hajira, you're doing fine. You just need to think about it differently and make a plan. And Hajira, here's the other tip I'll give you. When you're an adult, if you want to learn something, it's best if you can make learning part of your lifestyle. Okay, so what I mean is language can be practiced anytime. It doesn't matter what you're doing, you can practice language. So if you're brushing your teeth tomorrow, when you brush your teeth, try thinking in English while you brush your teeth. When you're making breakfast tomorrow, can you think in English while you're making your breakfast? When you're walking to work tomorrow, can you think in English when you're walking to work? You can use English all day and practice English all day if you start learning how to think in English all day. Understand?
Okay.
So
okay.
it doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter where you live.
I gotta get going.
Oh
Sadly.
yeah, I just saw.
Yeah, sorry
okay.
guys.
That's all right.
Wish I
Hajira,
could stay.
we're gonna let you go, Hajira. But thank you so much for coming on our stage and talking to us today. I'm gonna let you go.
And thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
giving us such a good like lines, good tips to me, and
You're
you
welcome.
guys doing great.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for coming, Hajira.
Nice to meet you.
We'll see you next time, okay, Hajira?
You freely help people. It's a good.
Thank
It's
you very
really
much.
good.
I appreciate that.
In this era, nobody help without money. So you doing great. I think I really appreciate you, and I inspired you because I also wanted to become a teacher, and you really inspired me.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much from both of us. All right, well, take care, Hajir. We'll see you next time, okay? Bye-bye. All right, and Clay needs to go. I'm going to stay here. I'll be here for a little longer, okay? But let me just let Clay out the door here.
Bye, guys.
And I'll see you guys in just a second, okay? Don't go anywhere. Oh, sorry. Nope, that's all right. All right, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, take care.
Some good chats today.
Indeed. And I got some good stuff to remember. Okay, cool.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, thanks, man. See ya. You got it? Yeah, okay. All right, I'm still here. Clay has to work, so he had to go to work now, but I'm still here for a little longer. Not too much longer, but a little bit longer. Okay. Let me just adjust my sound. Check one. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, good. Okay, so I have enough time to help a few more people. Let's talk to Leah. Leah, do you want to come talk to me? Leah, let me try to invite you one more time. Did you get my invitation? Okay, well, let me try another way, Leah. Hold on. Where are you, Leah? I'm trying to invite you, Leah, but I guess maybe it's not working, huh? Let me try again. I guess maybe you're not able to answer, Leah. Are you able to open the invitation or no? Hello, Belen. Good to see you. Welcome to all the new people. Well, Leah, I don't know what happened, Leah. Let's try somebody else here. And actually, just wait 1 second, okay, guys? I'll be right back. 1 minute. Don't go anywhere. I have to fix something. Okay, sorry. All right, let's try Grace. Grace, do you want to come talk to me?
Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
Grace. How are you?
Fine, I'm good. Thank you for asking.
And you're in China where? What city are you in?
I live in Suzhou.
In Suzhou, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And what can I do for you today? How can I help you?
I want to ask you questions because I think I practice English and when I have time, but I think I don't have too much improvement. So I want to ask him. I explain because sometimes I listen some videos on YouTube, some native speakers like introduce Americans their daily life and give some suggestion about buyer house. Some native speakers. I think it was I can understand some, but maybe 50 to 60%. But sometimes they speak very quickly, so I want to speak like our native speakers and listening like our native speakers. So can you give some suggestion?
Yes. So the first thing that you said was that you don't have a lot of time to study English, right?
No, not. I don't have time. I think every day I have time. I practice my
Okay.
English, but don't have too much
Improvement. Okay. Okay. So, what do you think is bad about your English? What do you think needs to improve more? Tell me what's still bad about your English. Your grammar, your writing, your reading, your listening, your vocabulary, your pronunciation, what?
I think most is pronunciation and grammar.
Okay. So, for studying grammar, you need a grammar book, you need a grammar workbook, and you need a lot of exercises. Okay?
Okay.
You can find a lot of free worksheets online to practice grammar. And there are many websites too. Like, for instance, earlier today I was showing this website here. This website is a fun website I like to use with my students. It is called GamesToLearnEnglish.com. GamesToLearnEnglish.com. And they have many, many games to practice English. And they do have grammar games here, right? So, like, for example, here's this grammar game where you have to make sentences. So you have to click these bubbles. Like, for example, I want a carrot. Or I want some carrots, right? I want a burger. Right? I want some pears, right? So this is good grammar practice, right? And then they have vocabulary practice here. You have to choose a bunch of words here. So like computers, and they have all these words about computers.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a great website for you for practicing your grammar. Okay.
Okay.
And then, so for grammar, grammar is no fun, and grammar is always hard in any language, right? Every language, grammar is always the worst part of it because it's so many rules, right? So, grammar is hard. You just have to do a lot of practice. You just need to kill it with practice. That's all that you can do. Okay? Pronunciation. Your pronunciation is not bad, Grace, but I will give you a few tips that will help you a little bit. Okay? Chinese is a small mouth language, but English is a big mouth language. So when I speak Chinese, I try to use a small mouth when I say it, and it sounds better. If I speak Chinese with a big mouth, it sounds weird because my mouth is not in the right position, right? So English words, the big sounds are usually the vowel sounds, A, E, I, O, U, right? A, E, I, O, U. And the biggest problem that Chinese people have when they speak English is their vowel sounds are not big enough. Okay? So when they speak, they don't open their mouths enough. So, for example, sometimes Chinese people, they can't hear the difference between a short A, a short I, and a short E. Like, if I say the word bag, beg, big, bag, beg, big. They're not very different, but look at the size of my mouth. Bag, bag, bag. Disha dadako, dadako, dadako. Beg, 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 jongdako. Big, 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 shoutako. Ba, I. A, I. Dada, jongda, shouda. Okay? So that's one of the biggest things that you can work on is practicing opening your mouth more when you speak English words, when you're pronouncing them, especially the vowel sounds, right? Make them bigger. The bigger they are, the more they will sound correct. But if they're small, there's a much bigger chance that you can say it wrong. Okay? So use a big mouth for pronouncing English and practice your vowels as much as you can. Okay? And then, Grace, then what I would tell you is that as an adult, the best way to learn, especially languages, is to make learning part of your day, part of your lifestyle. Okay? So it's great if you can say, well, every day I'm going to study for 2 hours. That's great. That's good. But it's better if you wake up in the morning and you start thinking in English. If when you're doing your laundry, you're thinking in English. When you are making dinner, you're thinking in English. When you go to the grocery store, you think in English. If you do that, then you become comfortable with English in your mind. And if you're comfortable here, then you'll be comfortable here. Okay?
For me, I think I'm listening many influencers in Hello Talks. Most I can understand. For your live streams, I think I can understanding 95%. But do you think I need to have some challenges? Like I just asking you, in YouTube have a lot of native speakers. They speak very quickly and very professional. You think I need to do this kind of work?
Yes and no. So listening is good, but you have to remember that it matters who you're listening to. You can't just choose anybody, right? What if I spoke like this? When I speak, if I spoke like this all the time, hey everybody, it's nice to see you. What are we going to do today? If that was how I spoke, then that would not be good for you to listen to, right? So many people say, I listen to native speakers. I listen to native speakers, but not all native speakers speak well. There are many, many native speakers who don't speak well. Maybe their grammar is not so good. Maybe their pronunciation or their accent is very strong. Or maybe they use a lot of local or slang language, and that's not formal, right? So learning a language is like learning a musical instrument. if you learn the piano, when you take piano, your piano teacher, they don't tell you, oh, you should listen to everybody in the world who plays piano. No, they tell you, you should listen to the best. Whoever is the best at playing piano, that's who you should listen to. Use them as your model. When you listen to the best, then you become the best. If you're listening to somebody who's not so good, then you become like them. Right? So when you find people on YouTube, first you have to say, is this person a good speaker? Do they speak well? Do they sound like what I want to sound like? You know? So, and I will tell you, 90% of the people on YouTube, not that good. No. Okay? So find people who speak well and listen to them and use them as your models. I know that you want to understand everyone, but you can't understand everyone. You can understand people who speak well. Okay?
Yes. So could you recommend some influencer from your YouTube, like your middle and higher, these levels, and can recommend so I can follow up? So.
I don't watch YouTube too much, so I don't have too many, but you can listen to me. I have my own YouTube channel, and so for example, right now, I'm on YouTube. Yeah. My Hello Talk is on Hello Talk, but this live stream is also on YouTube right now. So you are on YouTube right now. And after I finish today, this live stream will be uploaded to YouTube, so you can watch it again if you want to, right? Yes. So you can listen to my live streams for sure.
Yes, every time I attend your live streams for several times, and every time I'm here, I feel confident because I can understand most your information, and you always encourage your students. So I feel relaxed and easier ways to study English. But sometimes I think, I can understand these teachers maybe 19%. So maybe I need to have a more difficult challenges. So that's all.
Well, it's good to challenge yourself. It's good to challenge yourself by listening to people who speak differently or maybe not so well. But I think it's very important when you're practicing listening, you should always have a few models that are really good and focus on listening to those. Maybe find 3 or 4 or 5 people that you really admire their speaking. You admire their way of using language and follow them and use them as your main models, right? So 80% of the time you listen to just those 5 people who are really good. Then 20% of the time you can explore other people and try to understand people who don't speak so well, okay? So, Grace, many people come here and they say, I can understand you almost 100%, but I can't understand other people. There are many reasons why. One reason is this is my job. My job is to speak well and to communicate well and communicate simply as a teacher. That's my job, yes. Right? Yes. And for me, I used to teach English in Taiwan. And I taught at kindergarten and in elementary school and high school. And kindergarten and elementary school, those kids don't understand complicated language. They can't understand you if you speak too fast. So it teaches you how to slow down and speak simply and clearly, right? So I have a lot of practice doing that. I've been teaching for a long time. So because it's my job, that's one big reason why you understand me. I am trying to speak well. When I speak here, I am trying to be very careful with my language, right? And then also, I use the best equipment you can so that it sounds really good. I'm a musician, if you notice behind me the drums. I'm a musician, so I really appreciate quality sound. So when I decided to do online teaching, I decided to get the nicest microphone that you can get so that it sounds really, really clear for everyone, right? So find other people who have this same feeling when you listen to them. Find other people that you go, wow, listen, I can understand that guy. I can understand her. That's great. Find people like that. And then when you have those people, then you won't feel so bad about your listening because you'll think, oh, well, I understand them. When they speak, I understand. So that means the problem is not always just your listening. It's also about the way they speak, right? If they're not speaking well, then of course it's hard for you. Okay?
Yes, teacher, because my job is I do export and trading, my clients came from all over the world, and issues is for some lot native speakers like South American, Asians, some
they have accents. Yeah.
Yeah, because they express themselves also very simply. They are not a native speaker. They will not use some difficult words, and so I can understand. We can communicate, but sometimes for some American, some clients, they speak very fast and quick.
Okay. Okay. So two things.
Yes.
One, 在你的工作每天你说话跟一样的人还是新的人？每天都是新的人？
We have new clients and old clients.
Oh, okay. So 一些 okay.
We also local employees, so sometimes we have online meeting.
Okay.
And
so
something.
For the Americans who speak too fast, when they speak too fast, you need to say the same thing I say in Chinese all the time. 不好意思，请可以说慢一点吗？不好意思，我的中文不好，可是 Yeah, so sometimes you can just tell them, can you please speak just a little more slowly for me? That will help me a lot. It's okay. It's okay to say that, okay? You can ask them to speak a little bit more slowly. Then, for your work, if you use English at work, I always tell people, I said this earlier today, if you can, get permission to record it. Record your calls. Yeah. So record your audio calls, record your video calls. You can ask your client, you can say, would you mind if I record this? Is it okay if I record this? And if they say, why do you want to record it? You can tell them there are two good reasons. One reason is English is not your first language. So if you record things, if there's any miscommunication, if there's any problem about the language, now you have a recording. So you can check to see what happened. Why did we not understand each other? And then you can fix the problem. Okay, so that's good. If you don't have a recording and you misunderstand each other, it could be a big problem, right?
Yes.
So that's one good reason to record. But the other reason to record is if you have regular clients who are there every day, now you can practice listening to their voices and become more comfortable with their language. Or their accent, their Indian accent, their South American accent, whatever accent, right? So record it. So for the Americans, just tell them, hey, slow down. Slow down, please. You're going too fast. I can't understand. I'm trying. And most Americans, I think, will be okay with that. You know, the funny thing about Americans is most Americans don't speak another language. Did you know that?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, most Americans only speak English. They don't know any other language. In America, we do learn a second language in high school and maybe in college, but not required. And in high school, it's so late to be learning a language when you're in high school already that it's really hard to learn it well. So I would say about 20% or less of people who study a language in America keep that. Right? So maybe if you went to high school and you studied French, maybe you keep learning French, 20% or less. The rest of them, after they learn French in high school, then they forget it all and they don't know anything anymore, and that's it. So most Americans don't know another language. I think that means that many Americans, they should be humble and understand, you know, hey, look, I don't speak another language. She's speaking English for me. She's trying to help me by talking in my language. So the least I can do is slow down a little bit so that she can understand better. I think most Americans will be okay with that. And then for your other clients with accents, you need recordings so that you can, yes.
And I need it 4 times so I can.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So if you have Indian clients, right, you could go on in YouTube and listen to Indian people on YouTube, and that would be okay, but not really great because there are many Indian accents too, right? And many different ways of speaking with, right. So if you listen to the guy that you work with, that's different. Now you can listen consistently to the way he speaks so you can understand better. Okay?
Okay. Thank you for suggesting. And
You're
I
welcome.
have more questions. Like me, I stay in South Americans. Most they speak their Spanish, so
Mostly.
I only speak a little bit Spanish, but I want to start. But
Okay.
I don't know the start. Can you give some suggestion and what?
Yeah, wait 1 second. Let me look and let me I think I might have a book for you. Let me see. One moment. If you send me a private message later,
Okay.
I think I have a book for Chinese people to study Spanish. I think I have one. Yeah, but here's my other tip for learning Spanish. You're trying to learn Spanish just for speaking, right? So one of the best kinds of books that you can get to learn any language is a travel language book, right? You know, yeah, they make books. If you, let's say you're going to Spain and you don't know any Spanish, so you can buy a travel Spanish book, right? And it's a book it's not meant to teach you how to speak Spanish. It's meant to help you understand Spanish for your vacation or something like that, right? But actually, if you study those books, if you get a travel phrase book and then say, okay, I'm not traveling anywhere, but I'm going to use this to study, it's a really good way to learn practical usage of a language quickly. Travel phrase books. Okay? Because they don't focus on things like grammar. They focus on, okay, you're at the restaurant. What do you need to say at the restaurant? You're at the bank. What do you need to say at the bank? You're introducing yourself. How do you introduce yourself in Spanish? Right? They're not focused on grammar. They're focused on practical usage of the language. So travel phrase books. I have a dozen travel phrase books, and I love them because they're so quick and short, and they get to the point quickly so that you can learn quickly.
Yes, like daily communication.
Right. They focus on practical communication, not on learning the grammar or focusing on fluency. Right? That's one problem with language learning is that when we try to learn languages, there's really only two ways to do it. Either all the way, like you're trying to be grammar fluent, you want to know everything, or nothing. But there is something in between. There should be a way to learn languages that's just practical, right? So if I want to learn, for example, my Chinese, if I had to take a Chinese test, I'd be in trouble. I couldn't pass a Chinese test at all. But I can speak Chinese, and I can tell people how I feel and what I think, and that's all I care about, right? So I'm not focused on learning Chinese to become a master of Chinese. I'm learning Chinese so that I can go to China and talk to people and express myself with my ideas. That's it, right? So I'm trying to learn practical usage of the language. I'm not trying to become, pretend like I was born in China and my Chinese is better than even Chinese people. No, I'm just trying to speak, right? So, but language is not taught like that. Language is always taught like, well, you have to be fluent. You have to know everything, and if you're trying to be serious about a language like you are with English, then you do. You should try to learn as much as you can. But if you're just trying to learn some so that you can talk with some Spanish people, then just learn some. Un poco, a little. That's Spanish for a little. Un poco. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
In our companies, many our assistant they graduated from university or Canada, and they study 4 years or 7 years in native speaker countries. So when they back and working in our companies, sometimes they can understand more. Even different peoples have different accents. So that's why I want to improve and.
Okay, well, yeah, do the best you can. When you're learning a language or learning anything, I think it's very important to understand what your goals are and what your motivations are. If you know what your goals are and you know what your motivations are, then you understand what you need to do. But if you don't know what your goals are and you don't know what your motivations are, then you don't really have a plan, right? You can't really make a good plan.
Yeah, yes. So teacher, you already communicate, I think, more than 10, 15 minutes with me. So do you think what I should do the next few months? Can you give me some planning about everything, how I improvement?
Sure, 你可以买我的英文课。Make a plan. Okay, you need a plan. 你需要8个计划，就是 reading, writing, listening, speaking, thinking, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation. 8个.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have a plan for reading and a plan for writing and a plan for listening, if you have 8 plans and you're working a little bit on all of those every day, you'll be okay. You'll do fine. Okay?
Okay. I get it. Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, Grace. Well, thank you for coming on my stage and talking to me. And good luck. You're doing fine. 我觉得你的英文不错.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very good. So don't worry. 加油. 你可以啊.
Okay.
Okay?
So, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Okay, let's see. Let me check the comments to make sure I didn't miss any questions here. Tacos, por favor. Yeah, that's an important sentence right there. Right. Un poco loco. Am I going to do the origins of words again? Yeah, I will. Probably on Friday, maybe? Maybe on Friday I'll do some more word origins. You can send me a message in private, sure. Okay, I know there are some people who are waiting. I know. Oh, it's already 11:08. I'm almost out of time, everybody. Hello from Tunisia. Hello, Raul. Thank you. Thank you, Islam. I got your message, Islam. Thank you for your birthday message. Yes, I did get it. Safia says, I learned lots of new vocabulary, but I can't use them when I want to. I totally forget them, and how can I use them? Safia, I want you to, every time you learn new vocabulary words, I want you to try something new. I want you to write a sentence. No, I want you to write 3 sentences with each new vocabulary word, okay? But I want you to write funny, weird, crazy sentences that use that word, right? So don't write a normal sentence, right? If your new word is, let me think of a good example. Okay, your new word is computer. All right, that's your new vocabulary word. You're trying to use the word computer. You could write a sentence that just says, I spent a lot of money on this new computer. Okay, that's a good sentence. It's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you write a sentence that says, let me think. Okay, I always use the same one. I hit my little brother in the face with my computer, right? When you create a sentence like that, it creates a picture in your mind that's funny and weird, and your brain remembers funny, weird stuff. So when you write sentences, when you're practicing using those new vocabulary words, don't write normal sentences. Or if you're going to write 3 normal sentences, that's okay. But now I want you to write 3 funny, weird, crazy sentences too. So write 3 normal ones, write 3 crazy ones, and then you'll remember. Okay? If you're learning 2 languages, what level should you reach in one before starting the other? That depends on what languages you're learning. That depends on your purpose of learning the languages. I can't really answer that question without more without more information. Should you learn vocabulary every day? Yes, you should. And hello to all the new people. Micro, I will answer that question in private if you'd like to. I think you know the answer to that question, but okay. Shahid, I'm going to let you talk for a few minutes and then I need to go because I'm late actually. But Shahid's been waiting for a while and there's a lot of people waiting. But hello, Shahid.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello. How are you, sir? Yeah, it's been a dream come true for me. I was, following you from last couple of days, trying to join your live stream.
Thank you.
But finally, I got the chance.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There are many, many people who join. I have about 74,000 followers, so there's always a lot of people who want to come up and talk, and I can't talk to everybody, unfortunately. But so you're in India. Where are you in India? Are you in Kerala or Delhi or where?
I'm from Kashmir.
Kashmir. Oh, okay.
From Paradise.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So what can I do for you today, Shahid?
Yeah, I've been learning English it's been a month and a half since I started learning English. Yeah, I need your help, actually.
So how can I help? What's the problem?
What's the problem? I mean, I cannot feel any improvement. That's the problem. I don't know.
You don't feel
whether I'm improving or not.
You don't feel any improvement in your language, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so tell me, how are you practicing or how are you studying? What do you do to study English every day?
Okay, so what do I do on daily basis?
Yeah.
I spend a couple of hours here, try to talk with the people. I do listen some native speakers, and I do some reading as well.
Okay. All right. So this is for everybody who's listening right now. If you're trying to learn English, if you're trying to learn anything, the first thing you need to do is you have to have a good plan for learning that thing. And in order to make a good plan, the first thing you need to do is look at this topic and figure out what are the most important parts of this topic, right? What are the parts that I need to study in order to understand this thing completely, right? And for language, I use 8 different areas. 8 areas. I always talk about 8 areas of language, right? So the areas that you need to have a plan for, you need 8 different plans. You need a plan for reading. How are you practicing your reading every day? You need a plan for writing. What are you doing to practice your writing every day? Reading, Reading, writing, listening, and speaking, and thinking. Those are the first 5 most important ones. Reading, writing, listening, speaking, and thinking in English. Then the other 3 are grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. So if you sit down and say, okay, here are the 8 things that Teacher Mark said. So pronunciation, what do I do to fix my pronunciation? How can I work on my pronunciation? What can I do? If you go to my YouTube channel, there are many videos there about things like that, right? If you watch my videos, I answer questions every time I'm here. I answer lots of English questions. So every question that you've asked me, somebody else has asked me before. So if you listen to my YouTube channel, you'll hear lots of great answers for all of your questions, okay? So, you know, if you want to practice grammar, then you need a grammar book. You know, you need grammar worksheets, you need grammar exercises. You need to figure out how to study grammar, right? If you want to practice your vocabulary, then you need a plan for that. How are you learning vocabulary? You can't just learn random words in English. You need a plan, right? So, which words are the words you should learn and which ones shouldn't you learn, right? Which words are important, right? Thinking is what I always talk about here. I always talk about how important thinking is to language, because thinking is where language begins, right? So your mind is a language practice room, and you can use it anytime you want. So you need to start using your mind like it's a language practice room, okay? You cannot speak well if you cannot think well. You cannot write well if you cannot think well. You cannot read or listen well if you cannot think well. So thinking is the most important part of language. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what I would tell you is you need a plan, a good plan, and I teach 8 different areas of language, and I want my students all have a plan for all 8 areas, right? So I do some things that work on writing and reading and listening and speaking and grammar and vocabulary and pronunciation with all my students. Okay?
Yeah.
So, and if you have a plan for all of those areas, then the next step is, Shahid, focus on your weaknesses, not on your strengths. Okay? So
yeah, that's right.
Students always work on the things that are easy because it makes you feel good, right? When you do easy problems, it's like, oh, that's easy. I can do it. Yay. You know, I feel good. But when we work on difficult things, it's frustrating and it makes us feel bad. So we often try not to do the things that are hard. But it's those things, the hard things are the things that will really make you improve. So you said you don't feel like you're making enough improvement, then I'll tell you, then you need to find out what are your weaknesses, what are you bad at, and then focus on that.
Yeah.
Okay?
The thing, right now I can think about is the lack of confidence that is, pushing me backwards.
Okay, well, guess what? Shahid, language is a performance. Okay, when you speak, you are performing. So, you cannot perform well if you are not confident. Confidence is a very important part of language. Okay? Because language is a performance. But how can you become more confident? I want you to imagine a musician, because speaking is not that different than performing a musical instrument. And let's say maybe if you're learning to play the sitar, right? The first time you play the sitar in front of people, you're going to be nervous, right? You're going to be very nervous. But then the second time you do it and you feel a little bit better. And then you do it again and you feel a little bit better, right? So every musician, when they started, they were nervous when they started performing. But the more they do it, the more comfortable they become, right? So that means if you want to become comfortable, then you have to speak.
Practice.
Yeah, you have to speak. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable. If you're willing to be uncomfortable, then you can become comfortable. If you're not willing to become uncomfortable, then you can never be comfortable.
Comfortable, you're right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's what I would say, Shahid, is confidence just comes with more practice.
Practice.
Okay? Yeah. You know, confidence is a funny thing, everybody. Self-confidence. How do you get self-confidence? You can't really get it unless you do something. When you do something, you make a plan, you make a goal, you say, I'm going to do this. And then you do it. You accomplish that thing. Now you get a sense of pride inside you. And pride is like energy. It fills you up with energy. And that gives you a feeling of, I can do it. Once you get pride, you feel like, I can. So that gives you energy so that you can go back and start another new thing. Right? So this is the cycle of pride and self-confidence, right? So you decide to do something, you try to do it. If you achieve it, if you're successful, then you get pride. Then you go use that energy to do something new again. Then you get pride. Then you use that energy to do something again. Then you get pride. Then you use that energy and you keep doing it and it keeps filling you up with more confidence. Okay? So the more you accomplish, the more pride you will have. Okay? All right, Shahid, did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So you're doing fine, Shahid. Everything you're saying is normal and it's part of the learning experience. You just have to keep working, right? Learning is a journey. It's a journey, right? A journey means like you're traveling, and sometimes traveling is hard. You know, sometimes you're traveling on a nice road and it's easy. Sometimes you're on a really rocky road in the mountains and it's hard. That's the way learning is. Okay?
Yeah, you're right.
All right. Well, Shahid, keep working on it. You're doing fine. Make a plan. If you have a plan, you'll have success. If you don't have a plan, I can't figure out how you could be successful without a plan.
Yeah, you're right. First you need to plan, then you need to execute.
That's exactly right. Yeah. But you can't execute well if you don't have a good plan, right?
Yeah. Plan is the first thing.
That's right. Yeah. All right. So Shahid, good luck with that. Make a good plan and you'll be fine. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Take care, my friend, and I'll see you next time, okay? You're welcome.
Okay. One last thing. What's the name of your YouTube channel?
Oh, right here. Sure. Yeah, it's right there. You guys can follow my YouTube channel right there, or I also have, if you go to this link here, this link, my Linktree, AFIEC English at Linktree, that has my YouTube, it has my podcast, it has my website, it has my Facebook, it has everything. So go to my Linktree and you can find all my social media. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Shahid, it was nice to talk to you, nice to meet you, and I will see you next time, okay?
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Okay.
It was my pleasure.
Take care, my friend. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay, once again, everybody, if you want to follow me, go to this link right here. I just put it in the chat, and that has my website, that has my YouTube, it has my podcast, it has my Facebook, it has everything. Okay? And Deborah, thank you very much for the belated happy birthday. I appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for sharing, Deborah, although I'm just about ready to end here. It's just about time for me to take a break. I have a lesson coming up here in a few minutes. All right, guys. That's right. Make a good plan so that you can execute. That's exactly right. So thank you guys for watching and following and participating. I do appreciate it very much. Come back and see me again. I'll be here on Friday. So follow me. And have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good evening wherever you live in the world. And thank you, Belen. Thank you, Litzy. Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Tenzin. Thank you, James and Alif. Check the message in the group. Okay, I will do that. Thank you, Alif. Thank you, Zoe and Judy and Islam. Thank you, Azra and Grace. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it very much. And thank you for your gifts as well. Okay, I will see you guys next time. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening, wherever you are in the world. Bye, everyone. Be a language warrior. See you next time.